Welcome to the Winston North Stories channel. Here, you will hear tales of love and fantasy. These are truly original and from my heart to your ears. Please, down in the comments, tell me where you are listening from. I like to know where and how far my tales have reached. Enjoy.
Iron and Silk by Winston North. Friday again. Dominic lay still in the king-size bed of his high-rise condo. Downtown Chicago spread beneath him, sunlight cutting through the blinds like it had an agenda. He knew the call would come. Brian never missed a Friday. 3 years gone, and the grief was no softer. Not today. Today was supposed to be their wedding day. The thought pressed against his chest with the same weight it carried every morning, only sharper, merciless. The phone vibrated. Brian, I'm not up. I'm not going out. Not tonight. On the other end, Brian's voice carried that mix of concern and command only he could pull off. Dom, I know what today is. What kind of friends would I be if I let you rot in that condo on a day like this? I'm fine. Don't worry about me, Dominic lied, his voice calm, clipped. Brian wasn't buying it. Don't make me play the card. I'll do it if I have to. Shower, clothes, downstairs 1 hour. I know you've got the weekend off and I'm not letting you waste it away alone. Dominic exhaled slowly, eyes fixed on the ceiling. He knew exactly which card Brian meant, the one he never played, the video Krista had recorded in the hospital, her voice steady even as their body failed. A promise sealed in pixels. If Brian pulled it, there'd be no escaping. All right, damn it, I'm up. Good. 1 hour. And remember, I've got a key. Click. Dominic swung his feet to the hardwood, stretching against the weight of sleep and memory. He headed for the shower. The water hit his bald head, trailed down his chest, over the hard plains of muscle he had carved out through discipline and rage. His body remembered her. Krista's touch had never been casual. Her fingers mapped him as though she were charting territory, deliberate, unyielding. Every slow drag of her nails across his chest reminded him who he belonged to, and he loved her for it. In the boardroom, men bent to his will. In the clubs, his name carried weight. But here, with her, he bent. He needed to. She was the one who steadied the storm inside him. He closed his eyes, letting the steam blur the line between present and past. He could feel her breath at his ear, her voice, low, commanding, telling him to hold still, telling him she owned this moment. Her body against his, her hands on his hips, her mouth claiming him like she had the right to every part of him. Because she did. Desire and grief tangled sharp inside him, cutting him open from the inside out. Release came like surrender, violent, unmerciful, tearing through him until his knees nearly buckled. Then only the water remained, cooling now, washing away the last trace of her, leaving him hollow again. He leaned against the tile, breath slowing, the ache still there but dulled for the moment. Towel around his waist, he heard the buzzer. Who is it? Carl, sir. Mr. Williams sent me. He said you'd need the car today. Dominic let out a half smile. Of course he did. I'll be right down. Jeans, a black tee that hugged his frame, the armor of a man who didn't want to be read. Today, he'd meet Brian, not because he wanted to, but because he knew if he didn't, Brian would drag him out anyway.
Damn, I feel fat today. Nicole stood before the mirror, denim shorts hugging her hips, a white ruffled blouse buttoned only to the rise of her breasts. The words were nothing but habit. Fat was the last thing she was. Tall, blonde, legs that could command a runway, she looked every inch the cover girl she pretended not to be. Marathons, trainers, yoga, discipline sculpted what nature had already blessed. She knew it, though she'd never admit it out loud. Morgan, sprawled across the bed, smirked. Bitch, please. Those legs, that ass, those boobs, and you're still a 4? I should cut you. Laughter cracked between them, the easy kind sisters shared. Morgan had always been her mirror, her foil. So, Nikki, Morgan pressed sly, what happened to Mr. Right? I thought you'd be picking china patterns by now. Nicole slid in an earring, her reflection sharpened the glass. Well, my sweet little sister, and I use that term loosely, we were headed that way, but he got a taste of the real me and he couldn't handle it. Her smile was quick, jagged. Guess I'll never find the one who can. You already knew that whore. Why bring it up? Morgan brushed it off. Forget him. Tonight you're coming out with me. 6 months, Nikki. 6 damn months since I've gone out. I need it. And we might get lucky. Nicole wanted to say no. What she wanted was a night in, brownies, Swedish fish, stream The Good Wife until she passed out. But Morgan's grin demanded a lie. Fine. We'll start at the usual place. End at Club Dominion. Supposed to be the hottest club in the city. Morgan beamed. The Steel Sisters on the town. God help anyone who gets in our way. 7:30, Nicole said, dismissing her with a flick of her hand. Now get out so I can shower, hooker. Their laughter lingered in the air even after the door shut, though Morgan's last look had carried a weight Nicole chose to ignore. Alone, Nicole let the mask slip, relief first, then frustration. Now she had to go through with a night she didn't want. She drew a bath instead of a shower, steam rising thick as the water filled. Easing her long legs beneath the surface, she let the heat lick up her thighs, her hips, her stomach, melting away tension inch by inch. Nicole had always been proud of her body, though she would never admit it aloud. Her thighs were strong from miles of running, firm yet soft as silk. Her hips curved into an ass that seemed carved to tempt, a perfect heart shape leading up the smooth line of her spine. Her stomach was lean and flat, with just enough definition to show the hours of work she demanded from herself. Her breasts, full, round, tipped with soft pink, rose and fell with each breath, delicate only in appearance. Everything about her body spoke of discipline wrapped in sensuality, strength hidden in beauty. She reached for her phone, tapped the screen, and music filled the silence. Stroke You Up by Changing Faces. The sultry rhythm curled through the air, low and insistent, stirring something she hadn't allowed herself to feel in months. Her hand rose, brushed across her breast, lingered. Fingers teased, pressed, coaxed sensation awake. Slowly she dragged them lower, over the flat of her stomach, down to the ache pulsing at her core. She hadn't touched herself in forever. Tonight she gave herself permission. The rhythm built, her hips shifting with the water, her breath catching with each chorus, heat spread sharp and consuming, every nerve alive, until the release rippled through her like an avalanche, thunderous, cascading, then silence. She collapsed back against the porcelain, chest rising, breath ragged. The water cooled, but a spark had returned. For the first time in years, she felt like herself again. Maybe tonight, she whispered. Maybe this is the night I take it all back.
Thank you for taking the time to listen to my tale. Please subscribe to the channel for updates to this and stories as they post to the channel. Remember to like the video so more people get a chance to enjoy these tales. This is Winston North, and I bid you good day and farewell. Till the next time.